I need the ability to look at donations because I'm missing posts.
Ah, sure. Let me get the link. There's that, and there's the incentives.
Thank you.
Alright. Well, it looks like we're up. Awesome. Okay. Hey everyone, I am stylonide. I'm here with fellow Futurama runner and hopeful future world record holder, Liquid Wi-Fi.
What's up?
Yeah, look, I'm just gonna go ahead and get into the run. So, if we're ready to count down, which I am assuming we are, on go, I'm gonna count down from 3, and we'll get straight into it. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so I hit the split key. I don't even have Live Split open. Welcome to Futurama, the other Matt Groening game based on the other Matt Groening show. This is a little interesting game. It was developed by a Swedish studio called Unique Development Studios, as part of a deal to bring Scandinavia to the forefront of interactive home software, and unfortunately it didn't quite work out. But I think the game is pretty fun. So, game has 3 playable characters and 1 extra one for a single level. So you've got Frybender, Lila, and Zoidberg. Fry has mostly a focus on good movement and resource management. Bender, similarly, is quite movement-based. He's got a little bit of tech. And then Lila is very cool. We'll get to Lila.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so that was a funky fire extinguisher. We're currently running through Planet Express and gathering some tools for the Professor, because the evil corporate conglomerate holder, Mum, has bought Planet Express and owns over 50% of the Earth. So naturally, in complete character, the Planet Express crew plans to run away like pansies, which is wonderfully in character. So Fry's running around getting some tools so we can get out of here. Otherwise, it's a very self-explanatory first level, but it's probably a good thing, because the next level has quite a few things to talk about. So we're approaching the end of Planet Express here. I don't think it's a 124, so I think Liquid's shaking his head right now.
No, disappointed. Thoroughly disappointed.
Oh, 128, oh my goodness. Alright, so Liquid, would you kindly, because this trick scares me to death in a marathon context, would you kindly explain Sewer Skip to our viewers?
Okay, so second level of the game, Sewers.
What's it called?
It is normally quite a difficult level. In fact, I remember when I played this casually, it was the source of a lot of my pain. But in the speedrun, we actually managed to skip a very large chunk of it. And because of the way the triggers work, you'll see coming up Dan is going to jump around the back of a gate and get back around it, which would normally close you out. But doing that, I was going to let it through.
Thank you. Oh dear.
No.
I'm never going to live that down. That's okay. So now we're going to talk about Goo Pool Skip, which I will attempt once. This is old school strats now.
That's a hard trick. Like, Sewer Skip is super hard.
Alright. Unfortunately, Goo Pool Skip didn't work out. I was expecting that. I put in some practice for Sewer Skip. Very scary trick to do. If that was a PB pace run, we would be resetting. But it's a marathon, so let's just move on. Still plenty of opportunities for big, exciting time save. So Goo Pool Skip, you would run on that pipe up there and jump right down, but it's very, very fiddly, and I don't want to waste my lives count in a no reset setting, so we're just gonna do a bit of a baby strat, unfortunately. I'm sure I'll be getting some bans from you later about this Sewers. Rightfully deserved, I should say. But anyways, well, that's actually a little bit cool. We get to showcase an older strat here, provided I can land it, called Crockless. And we also get to show off some of Fry's resource management, so you still get a bit of a treat, chat, even if it's a little more of a standard Sewers. So, one of the
inbound Sewers is good still. Like, it has some cool tricks.
Absolutely. I do think, I think that Sewer Skip is much cooler, but it is what it is.
Oh.
There's plenty more cool out of bounds coming up. So unfortunately, we're now at the mercy of this Croc cycle, and this Croc cycle, or the concept of Crocs having cycles, is quite relevant to a later point in this level. For the rest of this level, though, we're just focusing on good movement, speedy kills in a room coming up, and good resource management. That was shocking. I'm not too surprised. The sewers, the old inbound sewer rust is real. There we go. Baby steps, guys. Baby steps. So, Fry's weapon has a standard shot and a charge shot. You want to charge it up for this guy, and then put about 6 shots in him, and that'll kill him. And a mostly charged shot will kill these guys. The charge has 3 levels with the pistol, and I believe it's the same with the shotgun. Oh dear. And you can tell by the color of the shot. So a yellow shot is a mid-strength shot, blue is a standard, and red is your strongest. So you don't actually have to hold it down all the way to the end of the audio cue to get the best possible shot. So in this room, you just want to optimize where you're standing and hold the lock-on button to target your next enemies. And basically just move through as quick as you can. And with this last guy, we can shoot at him. And, oh, hang on, he's got to come out. It's been a while since I did the inbounds. Alrighty. He's a mean one.
He's not playing nice today.
Oh, my worst nightmares. All the nightmares of sewers. Alright, so coming up we have Crockless, and it's a very precise jump where we can skip a croc cycle altogether. I'm going to go for this once, see how we do. Shouldn't be too bad. Unfortunate. This is my least favorite level of the run, so I'm not too surprised that it's decided to kick my teeth in today. If you like Liquid, do we have any donations or plugs for the marathon?
Let me just refresh real quick. We do have a couple of donations.
Cool.
We have one from IRH, Andy IRH, who gave $10.95, saying, "I've been struggling a lot with mental health myself recently, so it feels good to be able to do something about it, even if it's something as small as this. Hope the run has gone well, Liquid, and good luck on Futurama, Dan."
Awesome. Thank you very much for the good luck. Hopefully that'll kick in any second now.
And we have a $53.65 donation from Torn, who says, "Speedrun all the things."
Very nice.
And we have a $11.11 donation from Cunning Kanga, who says, 111. 111. Hustle.
Thank you very much, Kanga. Hustle indeed. See, it was all planned. I wanted everyone to hear this fantastic banger of a song for just a little bit longer. And then we'll kick in the speed strats.
Also, Dan.
Yes.
Once you get to a load screen, could you turn me up on your end?
Absolutely. Now, the rest of this level is very simple stuff. What I'm doing here is I'm managing my health, and that's that resource management of Fry kicking in, so that I can jump down there instead of climb down the ladders. It's a small time save, but if you got the health, that's what you go for. And then the rest of the level is honestly pretty chill. Subway is the next level, and I think that'll be pretty exciting. It's got a very atmospheric soundscape. It's, I think, the best way to describe it. Alright, so now that we've escaped the Crown Casino kitchen, where their sausage rolls are created, we're going to the Subway. Alright, let me get you turned up.
Alright.
That should be good. Let me know if that needs further
how
adjustment.
is that should be a good chunk better, hopefully.
Hopefully. So this is Subway. Subway is probably one of the best levels for beginners to learn. It's quite simple. It's just about optimized movement, knowing how to manage your shot charges, and just moving very cleanly as Fry. And there's actually a bit of lore to this level. There are several locked doors that you cannot enter. And behind one of those locked doors, there is someone having a very fun time with a rubber duck, and that's part of the atmospheric soundscape of the level. It's a very, very cool touch. It was never in the show. It's some exclusive video game lore for you there. And those with pretty good ears have picked it out in both of our chats, I believe. So here's the mines. Now the mines are a little funky, so when you shoot that one, it damages the other one, so it doesn't need as long of a charge to be destroyed. It's a very intense little segment, because as you saw, my health just plummeted, because the shotgunner behind you can get a few shots in on you. It's one of the examples of very minor RNG in this run. You can sort of manipulate them based on where you move, and just dodging their shots. But it's always good to be prepared to take some damage from that guy. But yeah, rest of Subway's very chill. do we have any reminders of the donation incentives?
Yes, we do. We are. Where are we up to in donation incentive? We have disaster, day of crisis, save the doggo, still both at $0. But if you guys want to save the dog,
Recommended
do
move.
donate. I would definitely go with save the dog. And also, I've been informed that I'm still a little quiet on stream.
Oh, really? Okay, I
Yeah.
will do some tweaking
Yep.
in OBS. Uno
I'll just wait
momento.
till you've done that.
I'm just gonna max you on OBS on Discord. We'll see how that goes.
Okay. Hopefully that's a bit better. We've got the Hearthstone League of Evil Last Boss Showcase, which will be 10 minutes before the run ends, which is $45 out of $250. And then we've got the Refunked Low Percent Showcase, which is $17.28 out of $150.
Hey, that beam looks like it's about to play.
Untitled Goose Game category Bid War.
Very nice.
2-player, 1 controller, any percent glitchless or 100%, both at $0. So make sure if you donate to the event, you put something in the comments because it'll go straight to the donation incentive.
Also, we're just taking the casual route here, chat. Nothing suspicious about this level. So what I did there's a door where I can jump on, and I switched to the hammer because every weapon has collision, and switching to the hammer helps you get into that little space with the door and jump up out of bounds. It's Liquid's favorite door of all time.
No!
Unfortunately, I didn't get the despawn here. That little arrow in the car park is sort of a visual cue we use, and it despawns a lot of enemies here. It's not usually an issue. It's more just it's nice to conserve ammo without having to take out a lot of these enemies. But it looks like we're fine on ammo count anyways, and definitely doing great for health. So it's all up from source. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I trust. There's a certain point where I know I'm safe.
Those stray bullets right at the end.
I mean, you gotta put on a show, right?
It's what the producers said.
Exactly. I wanted the sewer skip, but they said no. So you can, if you move through there at a certain pace, you can stop certain pigs from spawning. It's a bit of tinfoil science. I don't think either of us have a concrete explanation for how we dodge those spawns, but I think it's based on where you land when you enter that area.
I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a lot of, you're gonna hear a lot of stuff like that, chat, where,
That's this game in a nutshell.
That's this game. We don't really know how this works, but here's what we think. So put on your tinfoil hats and come along for the ride.
So the fans here are actually complete RNG whether or not they slow down fast or slow.
I think so. I do have, again, tinfoil hats, folks. I do have a conspiracy theory that if they're off camera, they may stop a little faster.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I haven't done any testing, but I noticed that, I think, last night or the night before. Let's test that. No, okay, it's RNG.
Nah,
Alright, tinfoil hats off, pack it up. Alright, and you can just run past these guys, they're all friendly, they just want to hang out. So after a light brunch and tea, Fry leaves his friends from Old New York and goes up to the red light district.
This is a really cool level, I like
I
this
love it,
level.
and we get the best weapon in the game here. The Tommy gun is so much fun to use.
Oh, it's broken.
Super fun. So this level is just abusing geometry in creative ways. So we're going to leave some crates intact. And touch wood there. I'm not going to charge my gun or anything. Jump up on these crates, and then you can jump up here. And you have just skipped probably about a third or half of the level where you have to do a bunch of combat and backtracking and whatnot. So we don't have to go into any of these shady buildings. So, you know, the TOS overlords are very pleased. So, this is another instance of optimizing charges with your gun. So usually a charge from the Tommy gun will kill these smaller robots with a very brief charge. These guys want to charge up a bit more. And you want to be careful how long you charge, because a full charge on this uses, I think, 50 shots of, like, ammo. So you want to not charge it for too long, you just want to charge it for the right amount of time. Coming up on the end here, though, is where we do use a full charge, because you can sort of sustain the charge from one enemy to the next and kill them both very quickly. Didn't quite get it, stumbled with Fry. But you can take that guy out very quick. Yeah, auto-aim was a bit funky, but we're out of here. I'll pick up that ammo to make up for that. Alright. Now we're on to Uptown, and Uptown is personally my favorite level in Fry. I think it's very cool.
Cool level.
Both categories, it's an amazingly fun level. It's just down to just solid movement and good use of the Tommy gun. And I want to try to go for a triple here, see if we can make it happen. I didn't even get one of them. That was a triple pacifist shot, in which I leave all enemies alive. I hope you're very impressed, chat.
Well, don't go into the booth.
It only says booth. There's nothing else on there.
Oh no.
Oh dear. That's all good.
You almost jumped into me though.
Don't worry, I submitted this when I had just learned the game, so we have some leeway.
Yeah.
Nothing to stress over.
There you go, that's
So,
double.
booth jump's a little janky. There is some collision on the side that you can sort of jump onto. And hopefully we can get that. There we go. And then you maneuver up. That's a much better booth jump. So we'll go for that. You grab a full health, and if we do this right... Hey! Grenade sailed right by. I feel like I'm Neo from the Matrix now. But, Alright, so we'll shoot out these guys, and you can move a certain way here. If you jump to that ammo, his grenade misses, and then if you immediately lock on, you can just do all of that totally untouched by those guys. I'm not going to pay attention to my life count, because that's just going to make me terrified. So if you target and move correctly there, you can get pretty clean combat here, and it's nothing to worry about. And that looks like the last robot.
Great shootout.
Wasn't bad. Alright, now the good thing about this level is there's lots of opportunities for extra lives, and more importantly, lots of opportunities for donations. So,
oh boy, yes there is. Oh, is there
if you guys are familiar with Resident Sleeper or any Sleeper emote variants,
yeah,
this is your level. For all you
So,
Sleeper fans.
This goes for, what, 5.5 minutes? Nearly 6 minutes?
Something like that, yeah. It's very, very comfy.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to take this opportunity to read out a donation or two. We have a $16.65 donation from Nace, who says, hello.
Hello, Nace. Oh, hello. Hello, Nace. How are
We
you?
have a $12.13 donation from Plastic Buddha, who says, this is for all the poor nibblers missed in the run.
Oh, don't worry. I might have something planned for this level.
Oh.
So real quick, this is an example of the small optimization in this level. Obviously, you want your shots whenever the walker is stopped. You want to kill enemies as fast as possible. When it's on the move, you can't do anything to change its speed. So you just want to be killing enemies that stop the walker as fast as possible. And that's where rockets come in. Rockets are usually more valuable for crowd control. But there are also opposing mechs that we also want to destroy, so they're handy for those too. So that's really the only optimization in this level, and it sort of explains itself if you're keeping an eye on things. So it's very, very chill.
It's also worth noting that the rockets and the shots, their patterns are completely random.
Yeah.
So you can kind of aim in a general location, and then sometimes the rocket will just go low, or the shot will just go around the enemy.
So, and again, tinfoil hats, people. I haven't actually tested this, so I probably should. But I believe that the rocket path is actually one of 4 spots on the walker, and I think it may follow a pattern.
I think you are correct on that, actually.
You can sort of take advantage of the rockets. Now, the bullets, on the other hand, I don't know what the hell is going on with the bullets. Sometimes Fry is a stone cold killer, and other times he's, you know, Stormtrooper number 37. So. But it looks like we're getting pretty good bullet spread, and now that I've said that, he's gonna go all over the place, I'm sure.
It's alright. it's alright. The bullets are... Oh, hey, I don't like this level.
Yeah. No, I think the only thing I like about it when I'm streaming the game is it allows me to kick back and talk to chat, sort of celebrate the fact that we're out of Fry. But yes, after this though, we do have Bender.
The bullet spread can lose you like a lot of time as well. Like,
oh, absolutely.
It doesn't seem like a lot, but you can lose like 15 seconds.
Yes.
Across this very easily.
Oh, don't worry. I saw last night. It hurt.
Oh, it's terrible.
It hurt very much. It's happened to me as well. It's not fun at all. Now, one more conspiracy. Oh, no, not one more. There will be plenty more. But another conspiracy for you all. I think you were saying last night rockets may be ineffective against walkers, which...
Yes, I did test that whilst I was doing runs, and I think that is correct.
It did look like you were right, but I am gonna just use
Stick
what
to
I know
it, yeah.
works. Yeah. I feel like if I try to reroute the rockets on the fly, I'll just end up losing time magically.
I'm pretty sure I just do the same damage as one like regular hit.
Yeah, it must just be like only programmed for the small enemies or something.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
It's okay. The pain of this level is almost over.
Exactly, we're nearly there.
We're nearly there.
Alright, and you can sort of pre-fire. The enemies are always consistent with spawns, I should probably mention. So you always know where they're going to move, which is very pertinent for this next trick. Hopefully I get the triple here. I want to aim for the center of this bus. Got the first one. Hey, that's a triple. Alright. Very nice.
I didn't know you get a triple there. I've been wasting a second rocket.
Oh, you've not been getting triples. Okay. I mean, if the Walker thing is true, then triples are about to get a lot easier for this this run. Also, whoops, I missed, I was busy talking, I left 2 nibblers behind to die, but you know what? We got 4 more nibblers than we normally would in any percent. I think that's, yeah, that's technically a pass for this level. I think we're good.
Alright, well, mind if I read out one quick donation whilst we're finishing this off?
Yeah, no problem.
We have a $11.31 donation from Megaslayer321A, who says, "Good luck getting world record liquid."
Hey, he's on my tail like every night. There's a reason I'm like glued to his stream. It's because I'm cheering him on, and I'm also terrified. He keeps me on my toes.
The ending of this this level is actually kind of cool. We just shoot rockets whenever the triple comes out. It's really fast.
Yeah, and that's where rocket routing really matters. You want to have 4 rockets by the end of this level, because that is a big time save. Dealing with crowds with bullets like that is not fun. So we have a dark matter engine, so now we can run off like pansies, but shenanigans happen, and Bender has to turn off a tractor beam. So now we're in Bender, and immediately we're going to see some tech. He has he's studied the way of the ledge for many a year, and he can simply bypass them with a butt stomp. If you've ever seen, well, you can bypass them with a butt stomp if I control him, right? Like that. If you've ever seen Crash to Insanity, or like Crash runs in general, it's kind of like using the body slam to get up on certain ledges that you're not supposed to. And it's really handy because each ledge climb animation with Bender takes about 2 seconds. First time I've hit that checkpoint in a while. So Weasel Canyon has a very specific split name when I run the game, and it is don't die, oh god, oh god. And the reason it has that name is if you're going for a PB, you want one of the last nibblers in the level to spawn, because you can, in typical Bender fashion, not rescue it, and use it to get to the end of the level. And if you die before a certain trigger in the level, the nibblers at the end, they don't spawn. Now, in any percent, no big deal. However, I am the one sole all nibblers runner, and let me say, dying here in all nibblers is not a very fun feeling. So, it's a good reminder to have on your splits, I feel. But yeah, thankfully Weasel Canyon it's a pretty hard level to screw up, but there are a couple of opportunities where if you get greedy, like, that death can happen, but
This is
it's
actually
all
like a
under
really
control.
fun level.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's a good, like, change of pace from Fry. Like, you just start to break out all the Bender movement almost immediately. It's a really nice time. That was the...
Nice camera.
Yeah, that was a very odd camera. I tried to manipulate that not to do that, but... Rip me, I guess.
Also, you can kind of see Bender's slam is a little bit broken.
Yeah. I'm also using something, I've been using this throughout the run, called the high jump, or the stationary jump. And basically, it's what it says on the tin. If you stand still, you jump a little bit higher. So, sometimes I'll let go of the character movement shortly before jumping. And when you chain that with Bender's jump, it lets you climb most of these ledges, and it really adds up. Like, I think in my early runs, where I didn't do as many ledge skips, or I wasn't as good at it, I think I was losing, like, 10 to 12 seconds just to ledges. So, if you want to run this game, study the way of the ledge. But yeah, coming up on the end. We've nearly hit the trigger we need for the nibblers to behave, but regardless, let's just not die anyways. Which, you know, knock on wood. Something really nice about the run as well is for whatever reason, when you enter Bender, your lives go back to the standard amount. So, if you make it out of Fry on a low life count, the rest of the run is, like, not as scary.
And oddly enough, that doesn't actually carry over. That same effect doesn't happen with power-ups.
Yeah, it's really weird.
The amount of power-ups you have will contain over to the next level, but the amount of lives that you have will not. It's unusual.
Wonderful programming. Also, there was a good question in chat that I actually forgot to comment on. Why I attack while I'm falling. And again, tinfoil hats, we don't really know why this works. It's a mysterious mystery. But if you spin or charge as Bender, you can't sub-jump, but you can perform actions, like sub-actions while you're falling. So I do the spin. And for whatever reason, if you're not at a lethal falling height, it just, like, cancels Bender's, like, chance to take fall damage. So you'll see me spin a lot when I fall down, even in normal jumps where I might not have to, because it loses no time to spin. Alright, so we have the first of the Three Stooges here. Funnily enough, he's the most deadly, despite being the stupidest.
That would
Yes.
despawn if you died earlier in the level.
I remember the community's reaction when I mentioned that. They were like, you can't be serious. So yeah, that was Nibbler Jump. That was a textbook Nibbler Jump. Really happy with that. It all happened very fast, but you want to jump off that Nibbler cage at a certain angle and then butt stomp, and you'll make it over that little piece of corrugated iron. And you can go straight to the ladder to get out of the level. And I think it saves, like... you have to sit through an in-game cutscene, so I think it actually saves quite a bit of time. Like 10 seconds? It's good stuff to get. Alright, I made sure to actually enter that elevator properly. I was racing Liquid yesterday and had a very interesting thing happen there. I lost like 18 seconds because I didn't hold forward enough when the screen went black. That was a learning experience. So now we're in Run Bender Run, the Bone Zone, as you call it. Because we have the Skeleman on the boulder. And he's pretty chill. That skeleton is vibing. Because this boulder is the most leisurely boulder I've seen in a game ever. So you know how, if you were watching Simpsons Hit and Run earlier, you would have known the concept of rubber banding, which is that the further away you are from something, it'll either speed up or slow down, depending on if you're chasing it or it's chasing you. And the closer you are, it'll do the inverse. Well, not in this game. This boulder's just doing its thing. It
doesn't care.
It doesn't care. It'll get there when it gets there, and that's I respect that. I respect a boulder that has great self-confidence. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, what is there to say about this level? I probably don't take the most optimized path, which is why you get slightly better times. I need to fix that.
But it's just an auto-scroller, Dan.
It's basically an auto-scroller where you hold down. Very interesting and very epic level. But the good thing about this game is it's got this wonderful ebb and flow as a speedrun, where every level that's kind of a boring auto-scroller is followed up by a really awesome level that's really fun. And the same applies here. After this, we have, I believe it's your favorite level in the game. Mr. IL World Record holder of that level as well. Is Mine Facility. And Mine Facility, that was a really fun level. We both collaborated on that one and found a few tricks. And it basically consisted of, we were in a call, and I think I said, I wonder if you can just jump straight up there, and I got it first try. And then I think we also said, I wonder if you can skip the crusher, and then you got it first try.
Yep, that's correct.
That was a very fun night studying this level.
This level is really cool because it utilizes pretty much every part of Bender's kit.
Exactly.
It's like really, really cool. It's visually awesome and really satisfying to play as well.
Oh yeah. So what I do there is I hold down and then mash jump, and Bender sort of collides with, I think, the shelf, and you're able to just immediately jump back up. It looks scary, but it's actually quite easy. And then here, and believe it or not, that's the intended path. It looks weird, but it is. Well, not on the shelves, but on the pipes. So now we're coming up to Crusher Skip. Crusher Skip isn't too bad. It has a visual cue, so hopefully I should land it. I'll jump over this railing, go past this line, and charge, and there we go.
Nice.
Easy Crusher Skip. Now I am going to grab the checkpoint here, although I found recently, here's a little finding, if you walk to the side, you still hit that checkpoint. You need to walk onto that platform. I didn't need to butt stop there, but that was nice.
Do some pretty cool platforming here.
Oh yeah, so this girder. You can sort of just squeeze under it if you go to the side. Oh, that was clean! Alright.
Wow.
And now we're up out of bounds. Seizure warning. But now you do a sub-slide. 106? I think 107. 108? Bruh. Oh, that was beautiful. Alright. Red Rock Creek. Red Rock Deli is what I call it. Very easy level. Of course, it does have several of the Bender jump.
Oh no.
I think for me, the Bender jump of this level is this first one here.
Oh yeah, same.
There's a whole bunch of platforming, but you can just jump up here, and a good high jump. Whoop. Went forward a little too much. Good high jump will just take you there. So I think that'll be a 46 out of there. Yeah. It's not the worst. Usually a 49 is your reference for a flawless jump at the beginning there. So, rest of this level, pretty chill. Just, not even much tech on Bender's part. It's just your standard movement, knowing the route. Being, you know, not sucking at the game, basically.
Yeah.
Do we have any donations, or would you like to plug any incentives or info about the event?
Let me check donations real quick. We have a $54.06 donation from Mark, who says, had to donate during Futurama. We recently got an original Xbox, and the only game we have is Futurama.
Ah, wonderful. I love to hear it.
Great purchase.
Excellent
Absolutely
purchase.
fantastic purchase.
Tough game to get your hands onto now as well.
Yes.
Which is a shame. There are, you know, the community allows legally backed up copies, emulated, of course, but sadly very difficult to get your hands on a copy nowadays.
Especially if you're in America.
Oh yeah. Remember when Shadow Jump was called the $200 jump? Because I do.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so close to damageless.
Damage.
I even did the delay just so I could like see if I could flex that. So that doesn't really mean anything, but you can delay Bender's butt stomp there and take no damage on the platform. It's a bit of an ongoing meme in the community to do damageless there.
So you can just skip this entire platforming down by jumping on like 3 or 4 platforms at the end there.
Yeah, and that's the power of the Bender spin. This next level, the Courtyard. The lovely Courtyard. There are some finicky hitboxes on these guys, so Bender's butt stomp operates like a hemisphere. So you can, it like goes upwards and outwards as well as across the ground. So if you hit these guys in the corner, they seem to just die instantly. And then there was actually a tweak to the strat that was made by Liquid, as a matter of fact, at the end here, where you use Bender's superpower, which is quite rare. Like, I think it's the only place in both categories where it's used, which is pretty crazy. So you do this, this guy knocks you forward a bit, he's a massive legend, and you kill them all like that, nice and clean. And that saves, I want to say like 5 seconds or so.
I think it's 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah. Coming up, one of my favorite tricks in the game. Hopefully I get a nice clean one here, we'll see how we do.
So what he's going to do is he's going to jump on top of the door frame here, and then he's going to try and get on top of the little scaffolding here, and he's going to fall in and skip the required fights to be able to open that door by just falling behind it. And it saves like, I don't know, maybe a minute or so. It's really, really cool.
Lots of time, yeah. It's so it's the same kind of door as the one in the first area where you have to kill a bunch of robots. And it happens very fast when done right. I appreciate you for improvising the commentary for that real quick. But that was pretty good. Second try that's honestly for a marathon setting, that's pretty good. And the first attempt was pretty close anyways, so it's I feel like we've both been a lot better at that trick lately. We've been sort of adjusting the camera setup.
Oh, absolutely. And you would have seen in the room where the floor was falling that he hugged the right side right at the end. For some reason, they didn't extend the trigger out all the way for the floor to fall, so you can just hug the right side and just go straight through.
Yeah. Amazing, amazing programming. Alright, so now we're on to Rumble in the Junkyard, which is just labeled KEKW in my splits, and you'll see why. So the smartest of Mom's 3 sons is the dumbest in the game, because I simply turn him off, or rather I don't allow him to turn on, so I butt stomp over the checkpoint trigger, and now he's just gonna leave us alone. And because of that, I go for Big Boy Jump to have even time save, and there we go. You delay his butt stomp, you get all the way across. And I wish sewers didn't suck. This is actually a pretty good run outside of that, and
yeah,
uptown.
It really is.
Oh well, it is what it is. And
No
then,
game crash.
no game crash. I swear it's to do with the shadow there, but tinfoil hats once again.
I think it's to do with jumping as you enter the trigger.
Maybe. So anyways, that's Bender. And he's going to enjoy some magazines that the professor is providing of a family-friendly nature, I'm sure. So now we're playing as Leela, and this is where the game just gets broken. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to roll and cancel it with a punch. And you might wonder, why would you do that? Well, let me regale you with the story of Leela. So, when you roll in this game, her hitbox size changes, because it's meant to function as like a dodge. So it makes you harder to hit, right? And that's all well and good, it works. I'll have to grab some HP for that. But, if you kick or punch, I think it's only punching, but if you punch during the roll, it cancels the roll animation, but it keeps the hitbox. And that's extremely handy. Oh dear. I'm gonna grab that HP. So, yeah, it's extremely handy for a certain segment right at the end here where we can walk right under some geometry and it saves time because we don't have to roll. And it's handy in almost every single Leela level. I think the only level that it's not used is Temple Courtyard. Every other level it sees use. Most useful trick in the run, most awesome trick in the run. I am a big fan of the roll cancel. So this is what it does. We can just walk right through that. Her head has no collision. Just like in the show, very accurate.
You think you've seen this game broken, you haven't seen nothing.
Yeah. So that's where Leela's special charges come in handy, and they come in handy in another way shortly as well. Don't want to save. I want to continue. So her special charges make her invincible. They're very good for taking out those kamikaze skeletons. But it's going to get another use in Left Wing. Because using the special attack to kill skeletons in this level, there's no need to. There's a whole nother revolutionary way of defeating skeletons that the programmers have left in the game for us. Really? I think I didn't do this circle tight enough there. So I run in a circle there to build up some momentum and fall down onto that little boat. Boat jump sucks.
It's hard.
It's very easy on NTSC and it's a nightmare on PAL. But there we go, second try. I'll take it. So we hit this trigger to open these doors, and you punch this wall 12 times. You might think, well, why? Well, this game has Easter eggs, and in the speedrun of this game, you use an Easter egg and become Snoo Snoo Leela, and I'm pretty sure they use a very, very much owned by Nintendo sound effect there. But Snoo Snoo Leela is much taller, it makes certain jumps easy. Oh, did we get the weird collision there? Might need to kick. Let me kick. Nah, we're good. She's very large, and if you do a hitbox cancel, you can shoot fireballs that would otherwise collide with her model and hurt her. I'm going to take the damage this jump here. And the fireballs are extremely handy because they will kill regular skeletons in one shot. This is called climb storage. Hope you're keeping up. If you are climbing a ledge and you do Leela's special attack, she'll stop to do the animation, and then start doing her climb again, which lets you climb up a little bit higher, and we use that to get out of bounds. And that saves, like, what, 30 or 40 seconds in this area?
Something like that. It's
Crazy stuff. So let's see if I can get the sick snipes, the trick shots. Oh, ban this sick filth! Alright.
Beautiful!
Someone set that to Bangarang and put it up on YouTube. We're back in 2013. Alright. 2013 is back. So this is Necromancer. You can kill him a little faster by getting off some cheeky fireballs. Unfortunately that missed. You can land 2 while jumping there and then only shoot 4 here. He takes 6 to be killed. I'm going to grab another power up here for a later trick. I'm going to have to just reset.
Yeah,
yes, and when you do that with Leela, when she is Snoo Snoo Leela, you want to hit punch first, then roll, so that you shoot a fireball, dodge it so it doesn't hit you, then punch again to restore your hitbox. Bit scary when you don't realize that's how it works, but there are certain actions that we found reset her hitbox to normal, and that is doing a full roll and doing a running kick. So the rest of this level, actually pretty cool. There's a pretty fancy death abuse coming up. Maybe not that fancy. It's just it's one of those things where it's like, oh, that's a little bit clever, and it's just fun to pull off. So we actually need to reset Leela to normal for the end of this level to do a very cool out of bounds, which saves 3 minutes, I think, 2 or 3 minutes over a casual playthrough, like an insane amount of time. So Leela's back to normal size, and that's why you don't want to die as Snoo Snoo Leela, because you lose your incredible fireballs. But anyways, so we do the hitbox glitch, and there's some sort of a puzzle here, something like that, I don't really care. Let's just jump over it. Alright, cool. Very easy to do, by the way. So now we're coming up to the end, and here we do. Here we restore her hitbox, which clips us out of bounds. We go on this collision and jump over here, and we just walk on top of this. You know, some other stupid puzzle. I don't really care. Just go over it, and make our way to the end. And coming up is my personal favorite level, and I think one of your least favorites.
This level's difficult. I don't like it.
I love this level because I have a masochistic streak with speedrunning, I guess. Right wing has the most tricks crammed into it of any trick in the game. I've already done one. I held down on the analog stick during that title card, which always puts the camera in a consistent position, though that may be a tinfoil thing. I'm not sure yet, but it's always worked. So there's another trick. You can do a kick when approaching that button, which resets her in the other direction. Saves you maybe like a second. Bit of a swag trick, but very easy to do. So we're coming up on Sun God, sorry, no, it's not Sun God, Sun Door Skip, and, or SDS. And SDS has quite an interesting history between both versions. In NTSC, we can't do it the way we do it in PAL, where it is much faster, which sucks, because NTSC is literally better in every way. But this particular variant of the trick... Oh, cool.
Oh, no.
Saves enough time. I'm gonna keep going with that. Don't worry, this is the truth now. Now your chat won't, give you such a hard time, and give me a hard time too. So, in the NTSC version, you actually have to jump on a shadow, which has collision, to get through an area. Okay, cool. I was a little bit nervous. Also, you can skip a trigger here. See this brick texture? Yeah, it's got collision, and that has collision too. We just skipped a cutscene trigger. So that's the shadow over there on my left, but the cool strat, the PAL strat, is Sun Door Skip, where you can jump on this texture, for some reason, and then just jump over the door, and that saves you about a minute and a half of combat. Restore your hitbox there, jump into that corner, it's as simple as that. Jump to that corner and hold forward, and you skip another combat segment. And now we're coming up to a trick you found, and that we've sort of both worked to optimize. My personal favorite strat in the game
Cool strat.
is Lava Golem Skip, and this used to be called First Head Skip, or One Head Skip. I prefer one head. So it skips this room with a gigantic head, which takes maybe 40 seconds to do casually. And then we used to drop in and fight a bunch of lava golems, but it was very slow. So we just, you know, why don't we just keep walking past? So what you want to do here, and this is quite a mouthful, you jump down, oh, hold up. You jump down here, nice. Oh, that makes it so much easier. All right, you hit that checkpoint trigger and you jump back in here, because there is a unseen trigger back here. You don't want to hit that checkpoint on that platform, but you hit the unseen trigger. And what that means is the buttons in the room that we respawn in where the checkpoint was will now activate. I hope you've enjoyed having your brain grow 3 sizes, everyone. So
We're still going.
now we have 2 head skip where we jump on shadows, and if we sit in the right spot, roll forward, oh, not quite, and jump, we can just get squeezed out of the collision here. So, hey, there it is. All right, love 2 head skip. And there's more to it even still. We walk on some geometry up here. Walk off here, hold it neutral, and then hold forward. And now your brain has grown 7 sizes. You may need to buy a special helmet. Because it's gonna be poking out of the top of your head now, everyone. It's pretty intense stuff. You are all now 5 head. So apparently 1 head plus 2 head is 5 head. Who would have thought? So now we're coming on to the last skip of right wing, which is actually mini skip and then one last big skip. And the last big skip is called Drawbridge Skip, or DBS, and that one can go wrong. I'm a little cagey about it. We're on good HP, which is what you want. In fact, surprisingly very good HP. I don't think I've ever had it be this high at this point in the run. But we're coming up on some lava pillars. That's the mini skip, and after that there's this drawbridge. And what you can do is you can jump once again on a texture, which for some reason has collision, and get up onto the ceiling and skip a puzzle, which saves about 40 seconds. It can be very tricky to land because the skeletons can destroy one of the objects you jump on, so we'll see how we do. So this is a pillar skip. There used to be several ways to do pillar skip, but this is the fastest. We used to do a little spin when we get to a certain point here, but I found out if you just keep running and do a jump kick, you're fine. So just keep running, do a jump kick, aim towards the end of that platform, and you're good. And now for drawbridge skip, which I am genuinely a little nervous about. We'll see how we do. I'm gonna grab some HP. Oh! Okay. This is drawbridge skip. Awesome. Okay, you know what? This makes up for sewers in Uptown. This right wing makes up for everything. What a beautiful
What a
right
great
wing.
right wing.
That was a
was
textbook
amazing.
right wing. I will happily flex that right wing a little bit.
Well done. That was fantastic.
That was good. That was good. All that Sewers practice, and apparently it helped me more with right wing. Who would have thought? So now we're in Temple Courtyard. Longest level, hardest level. Very difficult trick. I'm totally not being disingenuous, being very, very serious here. So, very difficult level. So you want to run up here, and there's this door! Oh no! How are we going to get through this door? What's going to happen? Oh, easy as. Let's jump up here. Put a handy hidden exit. So the lovely developers of this game thought, no one's going to get over here. I know, fair enough, but we did, and there's nothing here, so we'll just jump around. And there's no collision on the other side of the wall, so we just hop on in. Now,
just an idea of how much that saves. That fight
minutes.
takes like 6 or 7 minutes. It's insane
Yeah.
how much time that one trick saves.
Also, I will be going for pendulum skip once.
Oh, okay,
once.
If you get it, I'll donate 100. First try.
First try? Okay. I was going to say, because I could just keep going for it. Alright, let's try it.
It's mine, all mine.
Pony up.
Oh! No!
So that
Alright.
saves about 40 seconds. There is another version of that. Holy moly, I'm very happy about that. I don't care that the beginning of this run sucks. I'm ecstatic. Wow. Very precise trick. This is typical me, isn't it? My fry, like, completely sucks, and then I get to Leela and I'd, like, pull a rabbit out of a hat. Wow!
That was fantastic.
Oh my goodness. I'm still popping off. My apologies. I'm very excited. So, yeah, it saves about 36 to 40 seconds. There's another trick using climb storage that is, honestly, we joke that it's a pansy strat, but it's a very reasonable strat to go for, and it's what you currently use. And that only loses, I think, 5 to 10 seconds,
Yeah,
so still
5 seconds.
like a massive amount of time save over doing that room normally. So, yeah, wow. I don't even care about the beginning now. That's beautiful. That was like when I got Coaster Skip in Sonic Adventure years ago. I feel very good. Even though Coaster Skip is free, don't tell the Sonic Adventure community I said that. But, yeah, no, wow. Where were we? In a temple, right. The rest of this level is very easy. You'll notice I used Leela's hitbox cancel at the very beginning, and I've been allowed to just sort of walk underneath all of the hazards in the stage. So it lets you just walk past everything, which is fantastic. And there's one big trick coming up at the end. This is really the only one coming up, is you do a little jump here, and you can get on a little faster. Wow, okay, well speaking of donations, do we have any, and would you like to plug some event info?
I'm currently sending through my one, but
Oh, okay, very
take
good.
a look.
Oh, we have $100 from Liquid Wi-Fi. Also, for those asking about the pace, it is sadly not record pace, but I'm very pleased with this pace for a marathon run regardless.
Yeah, everything outside of Sewers this run has been really, really good.
Yeah, I think Sewers and Uptown was shocking. Shaky start, you know, I unlike Liquid, I can't just pick up a game and be good. I have to practice before I go live. And hosting runs does make that a little tricky. Alrighty. There is one cool thing with this puzzle, I'll say, before you read donations. There's some sloppy combat. This puzzle has a certain pattern, and there's another puzzle coming up later that is the exact same pattern, just flipped 180 degrees, so you just turn the camera around and do the same thing twice. When I was first learning the game, I was like, oh god, how am I going to remember this? And I think in my, back in my very first run, which I think I used for my submission, which is why the estimate may be a little comfy for this pace. And I think in that run, I had to like stop for a moment and remember the pattern, which was pretty funny looking back. But yeah, let me know if we have anything coming up donations-wise.
Oh, we have a $107.50 donation from me.
Wow!
It says, my bank account hurts.
I bet it does. You shouldn't have challenged me to get it. This is so.
Didn't think you'd get it.
I'm gonna tell a story for everyone. So we were doing a race in Discord yesterday, just for fun and for practice, and I picked up a power up to do his version of the strat. Oh, I'm gonna go for this.
Oh no.
Awesome. That was close. That's like that was if I took a fraction of a second more to decide, I would have died. And I had the power up, and I was like, oh, I'll just go with the climb storage strat. And then you said like, oh, yeah, of course you're not doing pendulum skip, you pansy. And I had that like Marty McFly, nobody calls me chicken moment, and just like annihilated pendulum skip, and that was the latest record. So that was pretty funny. I'm gonna let these pendulums do their thing. These are an insta-kill, so touching them is a no-no. Let's kill these guys. So that's where your power-up management for Leela comes in useful. You can choose to use it a little differently. I think you do a slightly different power-up usage route in here. But similar thing to the rockets in Fry, you want to use them for your crowd control. I'm not even going to flip the camera. Yeah, I should have flipped the camera. I deserve that. My brain is not big enough to flip it mentally. I have to actually fix the camera still. Now we have Sun God Skip. Sun God Skip is awesome. So you do a hitbox cancel, which allows you to move him on his platform. And if you move him to the ledge or off the platform, he gets stuck doing a very unfortunate looking version of the chicken dance, and he can't attack us, so we can just run through the boss. So you dodge his attacks here. It shouldn't be a problem. You want to grab the 4 blue things. So we grab blue thing number 1, move him to the edge. Excellent, and we have Sun God Skip. So Sun God Skip, you want to have at least a bar of health. Oh, there we go. And there is some health littered around the arena to help you out there, because there's a chance you'll take 1 hit of damage on these. Oh, actually, could die here.
Okay.
Wow, the game's being nice now.
Totally planned.
Yeah, the producers told me to ratchet up the tension. Oh my goodness. Good stuff. Good stuff. Alright. Glad to see some T-posing sun gods in the chat, by the way.
That was a great inner temple.
That was. I don't know where that stacks up with my gold. I think my gold is slightly better. Because I sort of faulted a little in some of those rooms. But not bad, not bad.
Yeah, the puzzle.
Yeah, puzzle and some of the hazard rooms I was a little slow moving through. Regardless, that's Leela. If I didn't screw up Fry, this would probably be world record pace. Woohoo. So 47.44, I think we're looking at maybe a 56. If everything goes according to plan, I think. I'm ballparking. Now we have Zoidberg. Zoidberg's music is a banger. It's also a very self-explanatory level. It's fun. It's a nice break before the end game chapters, where you play as each of the main 3 characters again. So, Liquid, I have been rambling for long enough. Any more donations or plugs for the event?
We have no donations, but I can read out some of the incentives.
Absolutely.
So, the next incentive is Disaster Day of Crisis, where we can save or leave the doggo. Currently both at $0, but I do believe that we should save the doggo.
I think so too.
If you donate, make sure to just chuck that in your message, or whatever incentive you would like it to go towards. I think should save the dog. Then we have Hearthstone, League of Evil Last Boss Showcase, which is $45 out of $250, so we're just a little bit over $200 away from meeting that incentive. The Refunct low percent run showcase is $17.28 out of 150. So that one's a really cool donation incentive. So I would highly recommend donating towards that one. Untitled Goose Game is the category bid war between 2 players, 1 controller, any percent glitchless or 100%. Both are currently at $0. So any donation will tip that one in its favor. I will also put the incentives into the chat. So if you want to take a look at them, they're in there.
And remember, even if you're not familiar with any of these games, just if you're donating, pick an incentive for it to go towards.
Yeah.
Get them met, because it's
all you have to do is
more good
chuck
content.
it into the message. That's all you got to do.
Exactly.
And we also have Fantasy Zone. Include game. This is a bonus game, which is $0 out of $250. Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance is an any percent run showcase, which is $29 out of $150. Summon 6 Lost Borders. Pick the protagonist. which is Raj or Amu. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I apologize. Both of those are at $0, so any donation will tip that one into its favor. And finally, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time is the file name for 8 characters maximum. There is My Dude, which is at $10.95.
Love it.
Dams, which is just ahead of it at $11.31. I kind of want My Dude personally.
Yeah.
And then there's Will, which is $5.97.
Nice. Also, I figure while we have some Zoidberg left, I wanted to give some quick shout-outs to some community members in Futurama, because I've actually been forgetting to say some people who found some pretty cool skips. I want to give a quick shout-out to Hennajo, or Joe. He's the former, big-time moderator of the game. He was sort of one of the people who welcomed me into the community, and he made, sort of joining in with everyone and learning the game, a snap. Really nice dude. And I think he actually ran it at ESA. Pretty cool run, if you want to see some of the earlier strats. Toxic Pinhead, who is Toxic Fivehead, more like. The dude's a genius. He found so many tricks in this game. And Scott M, who was similarly a genius prodigy at Futurama. Very cool people, and oh wow, I missed that. Very cool people, and I would not have been able to learn the run as well as I did, or execute the tricks as well as I did, except for this one, without their help, so a big shout out to them. There we go, I was a little bit short. So that was Bender. We just skipped basically the entire level, on the 3rd attempt, but
yeah, a soft lock that can occur there.
Yes.
That door over there. If
you want to hold.
Once you open it, it doesn't open again once it closes.
Yes.
So, except from the inside.
And you want to basically hold neutral when you do the death abuse with Bender here, and you hit that checkpoint trigger. We've both learned the hard way what happens when you hold the stick.
Yeah, I think we've both lost like pretty good runs.
I think we both lost PB pace each time.
Yeah.
But yeah, big shout out to those three, and also to the other members of the community. It's a small community, but it's a great one to be a part of. Lots of cool people. Anyways, rest of this level, pretty simple stuff. So what we've done is we've skipped several combat segments by running all the way to that checkpoint after respawning, and then death abusing. So there's 2 death abuses in Bender. I'm very happy I maintained the amount of lives I did, because clearly I needed them here. But yeah, so lets you skip just a huge chunk of this level, and then we're going into Leela, which is similarly quite a big brain level, and then Fry, which is a nice standard level to close off the run. So we're nearly there, everyone. Nearly there. I reckon. I think this will be a 56 or a 57. Oh, he's not dead. Oh dear. Oh. That's cool. Not cool, but it's manageable. I got too cocky. We got too cocky, Futurama bros. So we'll just have to do this again. So to fill the time, Liquid. Favorite Futurama episode. You can include the movies. What's your favorite?
I'm gonna have to go with it's kind of a tie for me between Luck of the Friarish.
Nice.
And I can't remember the name of the episode, but the one where the giant garbage ball comes from space.
That's just called A Big Ball of Garbage.
Oh well, that one.
Great episode.
The only reason I put that episode as a tie is because of the scene where Fry goes to push the and says, "Oops." I think we were talking about that. I had something similar happen during an actual run. I think we're on a 58 or a 59 pace now, so a sub 1 hour is what I wanted. I was expecting some Panucci's artisanal spaghetti in this run, and so we got some. But sub 1 hour is something I can be happy with for a marathon. So this is a pretty cool trick. It's the last Leela OOB. You want to jump up here, and as it starts to retract, you roll. Not quite. I need to go a little earlier. As it starts to retract, you roll, and it'll clip you out of bounds, like so. And you get on the ceiling. And that's the last major trick, so whatever pace we're locked in for, we're pretty much locked in for it. Unless Destructor gets up to some mischief. We'll see. But you're jumping on the ceilings here, and you're basically going, that's the end of the level that we've already walked past. You walk backward through the level to hit a checkpoint trigger, death abuse and respawn, and then you just run back through to the end of the level normally. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do a roll cancel in advance here. Oh wow, that was clean through the lasers. Very nice.
That only happens when you suck and get a slower cycle, fun fact. So Actually, I don't know. I think that was to do with the slower cycle for sure, though. So, yeah, now we just run through the level as per normal. And make our way to the end, and then it's on to Fry Fights Back. And as you can see, doing that hitbox glitch lets you jump through these doors a little earlier and dodge lasers, which is very nice. So,
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Go for it. Absolutely.
We have a $11.31 donation from Alexander the Trash, who says 2 players, 1 controller. So that's going towards the Untitled Goose Game, and we have a $10.95 donation from Sean Lill, who says, "Gotta donate during the liquid and stylonide runs. Good Destructor RNG."
Oh god, I hope so.
And he puts it towards 100% Untitled Goose Game. So now
now we got a war going. Alright, nice.
There's a war going on. There is a war going on.
Also, I don't think I said, but as for my favorite, it's a very standard pick, but I gotta pick Bender's Big Score. It's just wonderfully written. Honestly, I wish that was the one that was in cinemas instead of the Simpsons movie. That thing deserved a cinema run. Right, anyway, so now we have Big Brain Math. I just have it memorized, but 24881. You always scare me when you get up to this in your runs, by the way, because you take that extra moment to check the numbers, and I'm like, don't get it wrong, don't get it wrong, don't get it wrong.
I pushed the wrong numbers numerous times.
I think I've done that once as well. I mean, I'm no better. I got to world record pace back when this game's like best time was a 58, I think, and it was like really exciting. I got too greedy on the platforming section at the end and completely lost world record. And I was about a minute ahead, so I'm no better. We've had our moments, our 2-head moments with this game.
Also, this gun that Dan is currently using is ridiculous.
Oh, it's insane. Like it's a one-shot kill, which is nice, but it's not as fun as the Tommy gun, I feel. Also 9816, also my pin number.
1077.
Cheese pizza and a large soda. Alrighty. So yeah, rest of this level's pretty easy. It's just remembering where to go with your keycards, picking them up, and making your way to Destructor. Now we have, for all our Futurama conspiracy theorists, we have one last tinfoil theory, and this is totally untested, so it's the tinfoiliest of tinfoil conspiracies, but liquid. I think Destructor RNG may be manipulated based on where you're standing when he starts. I think that if he is having trouble hitting you, he'll try to hit you with every attack, and then eventually the thing opening is a failsafe. And I think if you're standing too far into the wall, you can still get his chest to open, but it's only a failsafe. That's my theory, right? We're gonna test that later.
Oh no.
Tin foil. Get that alfoil out, chat. I reckon it's gonna be totally wrong. I think Destructor is just random and he hates us both.
That is probably correct.
Oh wait.
Wait. Didn't go to
yeah. I've only had that happen twice, but there you go. Also, door 5.
5, sorry.
Don't worry, we both get to be stupid. Alright. A little bit anxious about finishing the run. There's been some hiccups, but honestly, marathon setting, with not as much practice going in as I would before a stream, pretty happy. Alrighty. Also, honestly, that pendulum skip. I'm still riding. I'm riding the high of that pendulum skip, man.
I thought my $100 was safe.
Nope. Alright, so Destructor skip, you use a texture cue here, the corner of these tiles, go into first person, and he'll shoot at you, but he won't hit you. And that lets us stand nice and comfy. And what we want him to do is just decide to open his weak point, and that is RNG. Our time is coming up soon, by the way. I'm going to do it based on the IGT method instead of RTA, because I think that makes it a little easier. Alright, so he's giving some lousy RNG. Mr. Destructoid to bless our Destructor attempt, by the way, everyone.
Ooh, he's not being fine.
That's mid Destructor RNG. That's like mid-level RNG. I've had much worse. Oh, we've been pushed out into the open. Oh, but we got the double. Alright.
Whoa. Wow, he did not want to close.
Uh-oh.
Oh! What?
Don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Okay, we're clutching. We're clutching. Alright. And get ready on time. 3, 2, 1, time. 59:16. It's a sub 1 hour.
That's a good time.
The producers are pleased, so good stuff.
They told him to make it a little bit nerve-wracking
Yeah.
towards the
Yeah,
end. So
yeah.
I hear them too.
All part of the plan, guys. All part of the plan. Good stuff. Well, yeah, that's Futurama. That was any%. If you would like to, real quick, join the community, speedrun.com/Futurama. We have a link to a Discord there. Liquid and I are currently chatting back and forth, trying to figure out a guide for the game to make it more accessible. Yeah, that's really it. Good community, good people. Come join in if you want to try out this game. I'll hand it over to ASM. Thanks for having me, guys. Good marathon as per usual. It's been amazing. Thank you. Yeah. I think we're just waiting on intermission.